Setup recently, so I'm going to go over my free-for-all class setup suggestions. Okay, this video is going to have a lot of information. It might be sort of long, but I'm going to go over the best I can quickly with you how to set up your classes in free-for-all. So the first thing you're going to need to know is maps. There are different kinds of maps, but you have to learn how to judge maps. Okay, so first of all, maybe Express, I would say, has a lot of close distance, mostly close to mid distance, and some long distance. So keep that in mind. Same with Raid. Probably about 60 to 70% close distance, 30% long distance. Other maps like Nuketown are pretty even, half and half, but it's fast paced. So the things you need to keep in mind when you're looking at a map are the pace of the game and also the distances. So Carrier, I would say, is maybe about mostly long distance, probably 80 to 90% longer distance, and it's also a relatively slower paced game. On the other hand, maps like Studio, it may be about the same amount of long distance, maybe a little bit more close distance for Studio, but it's a faster paced game because the map is a little bit smaller. So map size can play into game pace as well. Okay, so keep those two things in mind: game pace and encounter distance. So when we're setting up our classes, we need to take those two things into mind. My go-to class would be this one right here. No. I was messing around earlier. Okay, I'll go ahead and clear everything for you. Okay, my go-to class for most maps like Raid, Express, those kind of maps are going to have a shotgun as a primary because most of your encounters are going to be close range. Okay, you're tailoring your class to what most of your fights are going to be. Okay, if you're going to run around with a pistol all the time on a long distance map or a shotgun on a long distance map, that's not going to work for you. So this is for maps because most of the maps in Call of Duty are like Raid or Standoff or something like that with a mostly close range, but also a mix with a lot of long range in there. Okay, so I'm always going to run overkill on most of my classes. So we're going to have a golly, that's where I'm looking. Okay, and okay, so we'll go over perks real quick. Lightweight, pretty much useless. Okay, free for all, blind eye useless, ghost just about useless. Okay, so really your choices are flak jacket and hardline. If you're in a game where a lot of people are throwing around stuff, I guess you can put on flak jacket, but I always go hardline because it's most important. Same with perk 2, it's no contest, toughness. Okay, I don't know why some people don't use toughness, but it's essential. It really is. Cold-blooded and hardwired and scavenger are pretty much useless in a free-for-all. Even if you're going for high score streaks, you almost don't need scavenger. And it's free-for-all. The point of free-for-all is not to avoid dying. The point of free-for-all is to get kills quickly. People don't seem to realize that. Everything in free-for-all is about getting kills as quickly as possible. Okay? There's a time limit and you're trying to get the score to 30. You're not trying to end the game with who has the highest KD. Okay, it's whoever gets to 30 the fastest. That's what free for all is. That's how it works in this game. And for the third perk, I would sometimes you can put on one. Most of the time I don't have one on. I would say Tac Mask or Dexterity. Awareness if you have good headsets and you wanna play like that, but that's not how I play at all. So I'd say Tac Mask if you're gonna put something on. Lethal, always go with a Claymore. The reason is Claymores can function as a killing device and as a motion sensor. So can Bouncing Betties, but they're pretty much terrible compared to Claymores. C4 is good, but you have to control it, you have to throw it, and it's part of your gameplay. You have to use it while you're running around. Claymore, you plan it and forget about it, and it'll probably get you a kill. If not, when it explodes, you'll remember where you put it and you'll know where they are. Same with, think of it as a motion sensor. You throw it down and you'll know when somebody runs by. You don't have to go and kill them as soon as they get stunned, okay? You just know somebody's coming from that direction, and that's a big benefit to you. So this is the class I use most of the time. Alternatively, I may take off, I may do something like this, take those off and put on fast hand. Put on fast hand so I can switch between these two faster. But most of the time, I'm probably not going to have fast hands on this class. It's going to be something like this or this. Dexterity versus Tac Mask. Tac Mask is my go-to choice, but if I'm playing on like Plaza or maybe Raid, somewhere where you gotta climb upstairs or hills a lot or something, you're gonna want Dexterity on. Okay, my long distance class, like for carrier, would look something like this. An assault rifle with a foregrip. You always want foregrip. It's your first attachment with assault rifles every single time. A lot of people use quick draw for things. Quick draw is useless. It's only good if you're reacting. You're not going to be reacting with long distance so much, okay? People don't seem to realize that quick draw is not a very good perk. Same with stock. People like stock too much. It's not very good. So what, you can strafe faster when you're shooting. Most of the time you're going to be when you're shooting anyway. So this will help you 10% of the time. This will help you 100% of the time, okay? I mean, it's no contest. And the only reason I might have a pistol on this class rather than a shotgun is because when you can switch to pistol faster without having fast hands on. Okay, so long distance I might have a single pistol on, and something like this over here going on. Always same thing with hardline, same thing with that tag mask. A little bit better because people are trying to stun you to run over at you to make it a close range game, and these are just, you know, additional motion centers or whatever. Okay, and then this is the class for a fast-paced game mode. Okay, so the only reason Nuketown I wouldn't be using this class right here is because switching weapons takes too much time. You're gonna be seeing dude after dude after dude pop up and spawn and spawn and spawn because such a small map, such a fast-paced game. So claymores, I would almost say don't use a claymore, but sometimes I use it. Sometimes I use C4 with fast hands, but most of the time you're just gonna be shooting. A lot of people seem to, like, every time they spawn, they throw their grenade or they throw their flashbang because they feel like they gotta use it if they have it. Okay, no, you don't. Most of the time, this is you're shooting people with this. Same with score streaks. People think that if they have it, they gotta use it. But let me tell you, this useless in free for all. Don't put them on. Okay. Care package, that's an extra 30 seconds of waiting, and for what? To maybe get killed? To maybe get something good? Probably to get a UAV, let's be honest, okay? Maybe to get 100 kills. You can spend that time so much better by running around and getting 3 or 4 kills, okay? Same with Hellstorm Missile, okay? You're going to find a spot to crouch down in a corner and pull this thing out, wait for it to load up, wait for it to burst down, and kill maybe 1 or 2 people, if you're lucky, in free-for-all. And you can just go and find those kills. RCXD, don't even get me started on RCXD. This thing is just absolutely worthless. Okay, put on a UAV, so much better. And the time it takes you to get 1 kill with an RCXD, if you get a kill and you don't die, you could have like 3 or 4 kills. Okay, every time I see an RCXD on Nuketown, I cringe. It's like, come on, just run around the corner and shoot a person. It's so much faster. Because once again, the point of free-for-all is to get kills quickly, okay, not to have a high KD or to use score streaks. So these are the score streaks that I do run. These are relatively low. With hardline, I think it's like 6 kills, 7 kills for sentry. That's pretty doable if you're decent. And sentry gun can rack up, you know. Once again, this is an autonomous score streak. You can put it down and keep getting kills with your gun, and it'll get kills independently of you. Lightning Strike, it's quick. You pull up the thing and you place 3 dots, bam, bam, bam. It's not like Hellstorm where you're spending a lot of time. And then it comes down, you can run around while it's going. You just got to be careful. So these score streaks for sure for my free-for-all score streaks. So that's pretty much it. This is just a standard trick shiny class. You got your DSR, FMJ, and laser. Lightweight for falling damage, fast hands, dexterity for climbing, 2 tacks, and something as a secondary. You can put on overkill. Maybe a shotgun, maybe put on truck charges or something, maybe put on a Semtex instead, or a claymore for canceling, whatever you want. But this right here, these 3 things, and these 2 are pretty much going to stay the same. You can take off this if you want an extra, and you don't mind climbing up a little bit longer. You just got to be creative with these. It's whatever. So yeah, the 3 types of classes I use. This is my go-to class for most maps like Raid. I would use this class every time on Raid. I'm trying to think here. Go to the maps real quick. Turbine, obviously I would use long distance. There's no free-for-all on Turbine though. Yemen, I would use the mostly long distance for Turbine. Sometimes if I want to post up in a house, I use a close and long distance. Slums, I would use, I don't know, it depends on how other players were playing the game. Raid, always use close and long. Plaza, always use close and long. Meltdown, I don't even play that. Probably mostly close and long. Hijacked, I would lean towards mostly using long distance classes on Hijacked. Express, definitely close and long. Carrier, long only. Cargo, close and long. And Studio, probably mostly long distance on Studio. And Nuketown, I would use that, you know, fast-paced game class. Sometimes on Studio, if the game's going really fast, I use that submachine gun class. And what a lot of people don't realize is the MP5 is a whole lot better than an MSMC if you're accurate. If you hit every single shot, this is going to kill so much faster than this. But this has a slower rate of fire, less recoil, and it's overall a little bit more newbie. But if you're good with hitting every single shot, I would suggest the MP7. Okay, they're both really good though. I switched back and forth between them. This just seems like a more faster paced gun. That's why I like it. Okay, that's pretty much it. My favorite long range guns. I use this sometimes, but I'm not a big fan of it. Okay, it's either like I do really good or really bad with it. I really like the MTAR. Type 25 does me good sometimes. Sometimes I'm terrible with it. A lot of people like these semi-automatic rifles. I'll tell you what, the AN, you can't go wrong. Okay, a lot of people don't read this thing right here. Look, fully automatic assault rifle. The first two rounds of each faster rate. Okay, a lot of people don't know that. So like, it goes do 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 like that. So what that means is you can burst fire with it. Just pull the trigger up and down like using the SMR or something, and you'll get do 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 do. And it's a pretty powerful, very low recoil, extremely good for long range. Taking them out real quick, just a couple taps on the trigger and they're gone. Even if you only hit one of each shot. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Favorite essentials. Okay, here are some essentials for every class. An AN, if I had to use one class for every single map, it would look something like this. Toughness for sure, AN for sure, foregrip for sure, Claymore for sure, shot charge for sure. Let's see, probably overkill with a shotgun. And I might throw on fast hands, or I might instead put on a pistol. I don't know. Anything beyond this is really up to you, but these are pretty standard things for me. Alright, that's pretty much it. It was kind of a long video, but everything I said I think was necessary, so I'm not really going to edit any of it out. So hopefully that helps you out if you're wondering what kind of classes I use. I use this class right here for a lot of game modes where I go high. And if I'm really trying to get high score streaks and get my KD up, I'm going with this right here, silent suppressor and a suppressor and an FMJ. I know I said use foregrip a lot of the time, because it really does help. But with the AN, it has such low recoil, you don't really need foregrip. I use foregrip with a lot of guns, but recently I've gotten to where I can function without foregrip because I've gotten just better with it. So if you're new, I'd suggest foregrip. Otherwise, I'd suggest using a suppressor. Definitely with FMJ on. And yeah, this is a very good class right here as well. Alright, that's pretty much it. You gotta just learn how to think about the maps and the encounters you're gonna be coming into with other players. You don't want to use attachments like, I don't know, like stock that are only going to help you 5% of the time over something like a FMJ or foregrip that's going to help you most of the time. Same with this. This is going to help you in every single encounter when somebody's shooting at you. Hardwired immune to counter UAV. Why would you ever use that? People are going to have counter UAVs, what, 1%? This is going to help you so much more. So just think about it like that. Use whatever you can to get kills the fastest way possible. Same with score streaks. And you have to tailor it to the map you're playing with and the people you're playing with. Okay, so if somebody's using a lot of C4, you put on Flak Jacket. It's that easy, okay? Hardline's not so important that you want to die by C4 20 times in a match just to have it on. No, if people are using C4, put on Flak Jacket. If people are throwing a lot of stuns, put on Tag Mask next round. So you can edit classes between matches for a reason, and that's why. Alright, hope this helped you out. It's kind of a long video, sorry about that, but once again, I needed to say